by Kim Bo-eunThe government is taking a cautious stance on North Korea's sudden cancellation of a joint cultural event at Mount Geumgang ahead of the PyeongChang Winter Olympics. Being wary of the possible negative impact the North's decision may have on the future inter-Korean exchange programs for the Olympics, Cheong Wa Dae and the Ministry of Unification are refraining from any emotional reaction. In a message to Pyongyang, the ministry only expressed mild regret, stating the remaining inter-Korean agreements must be followed through with. We are emphasizing that the agreements must be followed through with, on the basis of mutual respect and understanding, a unification ministry official told reporters Tuesday. In Pyongyang's notice to Seoul cancelling the event, sent around 10:10 p.m. Monday, it took issue with South Korean media reports on the North's scheduled military parade a day before the Winter Games' February 9 opening ceremony. Reports have raised skepticism over Pyongyang's sincerity in making its participation in the Olympics a means to promote peace on the Korean Peninsula, citing the military posture taking place on the North's national holiday honoring the foundation of its armed forces, February 8. North Korea in its notice stated it had to cancel the agreed event because South Korea's media is continuing to produce reports insulting the sincere measures taken by the North, and is going as far as taking issue with a festive domestic event, the ministry said in a press release. The government considers it regretful that an event which the North and South agreed on could not be held due to a unilateral notification from Pyongyang. Regarding questions on Pyongyang's motive behind the cancellation, the official said, "We presume the North was burdened by having to host a large-scale event at Mount Geumgang on such short notice. The Koreas had been arranging details to host a performance in front of a 600-member audience from both countries." Regarding the question of whether the South would urge the North to continue with the event, the official said this was unlikely. "I believe it will not be feasible to host the event before the Olympics, considering the North announced the cancellation with little time remaining. Meanwhile, the government is likely to push for the remaining events to take place. They include joint ski training at the North's Mashikairong ski resort, as well as performances by a North Korean orchestra in Seoul and Gangneung next month. Training at Mashikairong will likely begin today. The North has not shown any particular signs, and it appears it will take place as was agreed and scheduled," the official said regarding the possibility of cancelling the training. Skiers from the South will fly from Pyongyang Airport to a military airfield near the resort in the city of Wonsan on North Korea's east coast in the morning. The chartered plane will take a West Sea route. This is the second time for the North to cancel an event since the Koreas began discussing Pyongyang's participation in the Games. Earlier this month, Pyongyang apparently cancelled a visit by a North Korean delegation to the South to inspect facilities for its music troupe to perform, a day before the visit. North Korea offered no explanation. The delegation, led by music troupe leader Hyun Song-wol, ended up making the visit a day later. Tension between the Koreas had eased in the new year, after North Korean leader Kim Jong-un extended a rare olive branch, expressing his intention to send a delegation to the Olympics. South Korean President Moon Jae-in welcomed the gesture, and the Koreas held their first high-level talks in almost 2 years January 9, after South Korea and the US pushed back their military exercises until after the Games. The Koreas agreed for athletes of the North and South to enter together under a unification flag for the opening and closing ceremonies. They will also field a joint women's ice hockey team. North Korea's sudden cancellation of a joint inter-Korean cultural event at Mount Geumgang, Monday, has again brought concerns about the effectiveness of holding dialogue with the upcoming PyeongChang Winter Olympics will pave the way for meaningful change in North Korea and enhanced inter-Korean relations, according to a security advisor for President M.